Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Play Satisfactory. So I have a lot to show and share with you. Actually, I started recording today without sharing. Like, I was starting to work on some stuff, and then I'm like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, wait, they don't know about anything. So I've started to sort of semi-work on an actual bus, you can call it. And I've done so much work recently. Most of it's just like kind of massive overhaul, but I wanted to give you like the grand tour of everything. So you guys are caught up. A lot of things needed working, and like, you know, unless if I was like live streaming this or whatever, like this would have made like 20 episodes kind of working on this. So this here, I believe there's 17 of these. This is all for concrete. This is all limestone. This basically is just a ridiculous setup I have here, and basically this is just to provide tons and tons of concrete for our usage for different recipes, obviously. So yeah, I think you will like that, and I love that. Jump in there. And so yeah, the limestone's coming from here, and two more miners out in the desert there. You can see they go there. They're in the around the lakes and stuff like that. There's just one just right over here. Might see it sort of sticking out. I think I saw it for a second there. Oh, I see the tip of it like right there, I think. But anyways, I got that done, and yeah, so I still have the old ones still up in the other corner of the base. I haven't touched those. I eventually might take them down, or join them with this, or create another area that processes them more efficiently as well. But I wanted just to make it that way. Oh, and I'm using, you probably saw I use multiple mergers. So what I do is I have all the belts coming in, and then, so the three coming in. And then what I do is over time I do mergers within it, and then I do another merger over there, and that way I'm keeping up the belt density basically, which is working really, really well. Now let's go to steel. We'll ignore all this first because it's part of that. So this is just scaling and cleaning up my steel just to make it scalable. So steel obviously seemed to be something that we're going to do more and more and need more and more of, and so I thought it was time to fix it. I got rid of our big-ass, tower, the elevator for now. We'll place that down again in the future. But this, my friends, is my steel. So basically, this is where I started my first, like, little mini bus here with just iron and coal. So iron comes this way and coal comes this way. Now you might say, OCD, this looks really weird, and you're wondering what's happening. Well, this is simple. I'm using the coal on the bottom one, and I'm using the first layer of iron on here, and I do that halfway. And then the other half I use the top, and then I do the same thing. So I'm not using like merged, belts or things like that, because honestly, you're gonna end up having to bring most of the belts halfway there. I could probably cut half of the belts out and make it a little different, but just in my mind, this seemed really good. So yeah, it's bringing in our coal on this side, and yeah, it's working really well. And then this layout's actually pretty organized and clean. And then obviously, this makes us steel non-stop. And then our steel gets moved over here, and this should have a decent amount of storage. So from there, our steel gets processed and gets sent to our first factory, which is over here, which makes steel beams. And these, as you can see, you can expand these. Even though if the land is meh or whatever, you can still expand them in the sense that you can go left and right. The coal and the iron one is a little iffy because, of course, they're pretty short out here, but you could cut it down there, extend it further there. Same with the iron one if you wanted to. I think at this point I probably need to bring in more steel anyways, just because I don't like the two iron nodes there. I'm probably, taxing it quite a bit. But anyway, so yes, here we're making the beams, the steel beams. And then from here, the steel beams are going into their container and getting stored in here, which might not have much of a buffer. Oh, no, this one's full. I think it's something else that we don't have much of a buffer yet. So that's steel beams. Over here, this is steel pipes. So pretty simple. We got our steel coming in here and processing it as well. And this is where we're using our first bus, basically. Our first bus is just being steel here. And I've actually kept the bus on a separate bus, so that way when we grow and expand, I can bring steel in from over that side. Even if I process it somewhere else, doesn't matter. By bringing in that side, or even if I'm bringing it this way, I can bring it across, but it doesn't affect our supply chain. And our supply chain, literally, is going up here. So this was our steel beams, right? And so they're going up here, and then our steel pipes is joining on to there, and it's working on there. And then we're actually using some of these supplies. So we're using that lovely concrete and we're using the steel beams on this belt, and we're pulling those over, and we're creating, what are these called? The encased industrial beams. And so it's doing that, and there's just 4 of them for now, which should be a decent amount, but I can easily, once again, like I said before, can easily grow this all here. In fact, that's limestone there, and I didn't touch it. I didn't want to hook it up to our limestone. That's what we were originally using for the beams. I'm actually thinking eventually, depending how much I need to expand, etc., I might just forget that node. Mostly because I just want to keep covering the land this way. And so that might happen. We'll see. But anyways, yeah, so these get sent in here, the encased industrial beams. And then they're also getting added to the supply line. So you have your bag of concrete here. You got your steel beams, you got your steel pipes, and then you got the encased steel beam things there. And then they're going through here. And I got rid of all the damn... You remember we had all the cable, like everything just scattered? Like we got zigzags of the crap all over the place. I got rid of it. So that was mainly the steel pipes and the... steel beams, I believe, we were feeding. So I think steel pipes were used over here somewhere. Yeah, there they are for this factory over here. So this was making the stators. And then the steel beams themselves were being used over here, which is that being used for... Oh, yeah, this is the it looks like a telecommunication rod. I don't know what it's actually called, though. It's being used for the, versatile framework. I guess, it looks like a very high-tech framework. To me, I just was thinking, it looks like a telecommunication tower kind of thing, like on the side. But anyways, yeah, so the steel beams were used for that. And then I've brought the steel, the encased steel and the steel pipes over here. And that's where we're going to work on this guy here, which I need to flip this guy around anyways, because I think he shouldn't be this way. He should be, facing this way, I think. I want him flat, though. There you go. And apparently that didn't work out well. Okay, there you go. As long as that's flat, yeah. And so, yeah, this is going to make the heavy, yes, I said it, the heavy modular frame, because we kept talking about this how many times? Like a half a dozen times, and I feel like we're never going to get there because one reason or another, it just never happens, right? Obviously, a big part of that is probably because I didn't realize how hard it is. I kind of said I was going to do it off camera eventually, and then when I was getting, down to this and thinking supplying this, I was just like, there's no way I can keep up with this. Like, even the modular frames themselves, I doubt I have enough supply to keep that going, but it was more the steel because, look at this, steel pipes, industrial, encased industrial beams, that's steel, and the screws are actually going to be done steel. We're going to do that today. We're going to actually make steel screws. There's just going to be screws, right? But it's going to be the alternative recipe. So, yeah, it's time we do something about that, and so that's what we're going to do. So let's actually just bring this in here, I guess. We can start with these. I don't know how high I'm going to have to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... I prefer to bring them up high anyways, but there you go. I guess it doesn't matter too much for those. There you go. One of these, I might as well do it for all of them. Oh. Well, that's interesting. And that's something I need to get rid of anyways. Well, I don't need to get rid of it, but it's something that's not working correctly anyways, so... I'll just continue to go and move this around, but that needs to be replaced anyways later on. Because that's not keeping up either, so there you go. We'll just do that for now. And then, what the heck? These are not even. How did I... Every time I did it, it got... What the heck? Does it build high? Yeah, it does. It has... Look at, see how it's lower, but when you build it, it actually comes out higher. It's because you're not seeing the sticking out part. That's why. Well, that makes sense. That would have thrown me off a few times. Okay, so these obviously need to get extended to the next pole because, well, they need to. It's as simple as that, they need to. There you go. I mean, I could twist them and turn them, but the idea is, like, eventually I might need them somewhere else, and I don't know, just OCD reasons, I'm sure, is part of that. Okay, so splitter is 8. We want to do the splitter on the ground here, like correctly-ish kind of thing. You know, ish, I said. I think it's just right in the center of this one right here. So I have no clue what one that was, honestly. That's, oh, steel pipes. Okay. So that's the steel pipes. And then this one can be these guys over here. I can't even tell because of how high it is. Yeah, so I might have to climb up here just to figure out. Oh, I bet you that will be in my way now. Oh, yeah. Okay, there they are. So that was steel pipes. Yeah, you're correct. And then this one's right in the middle on this one anyway. So I guess it's just pretty much like that. Maybe off a bit, but there you go. And so that goes to that one. That one goes to that one. There you go. I love that. It looks pretty cool. And then yeah, let's actually hook up the power to this. Might as well, so we can see its status anyways. Because we'll start feeding everything into it at least, right? So there you go. So there you go. We got 2 of 4 objectives complete. The other one, the modular frames, that's not so hard because they're over here. That being said, they're used multiple times, and I'm not quite sure how I want to do this yet. I see them over here. I'm wondering if I just piggyback off of that for now. I'm thinking I'll be a bit lazy. If I want to clean it up later, I can do that. So I'm thinking what I'll do for now is I'll just put it off this splitter here. And I'm just going to go like this. And there you go. Oh, except there's a problem with that. Those guys are coming in too. So I got to do, if I want to keep, like if those have to go somewhere else eventually, I have to be smart about this, right? So I have to go like that. And then we're going to have to put it on the highest level. There you go. Yeah, and now you don't have to do this, but that's the whole idea is you're trying to make this supply chain and keeping it kind of nicer. And I could use the lower ones too at times too, right? You're not of course stuck and forced to use the one only, but it is what we're doing. So this is going to be hard. I'm trying to get up there if I can, but I mean I can. I know that. I just gotta. Oh, well now I can't because I'm screwing around. Okay, let's just do this. There you go. So we're trying to get this on here. There you go. Yeah, that should be enough for now. Okay. A lot of juggling around, trying to get those on the right spot, but there you go. And then we're gonna put you to here. Really? Why? This game does not make sense sometimes. You have to agree that's a bit weird. That doesn't make sense at all, unless if it was... Yeah. So what you could do here, and you can make it probably somewhat pretty too if you do it right, is we could just go ahead and do this halfway, but then delete it. So I think these will still work, right? So it'll look like they're part of it. There you go. And then what you do is, if you want to remove some of these so you don't have too many of these, you can go like this. And then that way they still look like it's supporting it in a sense. But, the other ones are kind of doing the support for it. I don't know why that's the case. I would say maybe the splitter was acting up. I think it's just being a dick. Maybe it's like some sort of like north, south, east, west ruler. I think it's just the music. I was almost hearing like a harmonica kind of sound. Like, is there something underground that we have never seen? Okay, so there you go. Those guys are done. And so same thing here. We got to put another splitter in. So just down the middle here, right at the very top up here. And yeah, there you go. And here we go. And there you have it, my friends. So that is now 3 of the 4 objectives complete. I can't click these because basically what happens is I guess these kind of seal like right to the side, so there's not a... Oh, there's a slight hitbox right in the center. Kind of weird, but it's how it works. I wish they could maybe think, kind of like understand it's part of that structure and maybe let you click it, but I guess it's just not how it works. Anyway, screws, or at least remove some of the hitbox size. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, so yeah, screws now. That's it. So let's go over here. We're going to have to increase this even more now because we're going to bring the screws over, right? So... We'll bring this up there, and then, no, that's not, yeah, that one's fine, but it's got to be, unfortunately, the screws are going to have to be twice as high. Now, I could run them lower, too, but they're going to collide into another belt at this point, and that belt needs to go, but we'll see. I'll decide once I get closer here. But, yeah, this is, I'm really enjoying this whole thing, so. Okay. There you go. A little over the top, probably. Okay, so we're going to create assembler. Yeah, assembler. Now, that's pretty damn close, so you're going to have to bring this a wee bit over here. And hopefully there's not a lot of screw... You know, no, this is probably going to be it for this. You're not going to fit much more in here, honestly, so... Oh. There you go. So they said it was like a huge number, wasn't it? Like this is already probably too much that we can, like that we can't fit in here. But oh no, it's a regular recipe. Why was I making these guys? I don't know why I was making these guys. This is like a regular, easier recipe, you know. Constructor. Okay. I'm hoping that's more than enough room. I'm sure. Leg. Okay, let's just check first how much this is going to be. Screws. It makes 260. Well, see, just the one belt is already screwed because our best belt right now, and we can easily upgrade this down the road, is 480. So I said 260, right? Yeah, so that's 4, 5, 20. So you're not getting more than 2 of these going. So might as well just... For now, just make literally 2, and that's it. So there you go. That's for your screws. Okay, so now I gotta get the right. I gotta get the right. Oh, you know what? This is gonna be tricky. Oh no, it's on the lower level. Never mind, it's not. See, this is another reason it's good I never brought these at a lower level because this would have been trickier to bring these over here right now because they side by side like that. No, that one's actually inside the other one a bit. Okay, probably still work, but. Is it literally just too high? 1, 2. Yeah, too high. Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of a good thing that we didn't decide to use the under part because then we'd have to like reroute this in a weird way probably. You know, it's not, you know, now that I'm learning to do buses on this game, or haven't done buses, but, you know, the concept of a bus, you know, I'm going to screw around at times anyways, and, like, I guess one of the things is it's alright. This is our first bus. Efficiency is going to get better and better as well as over time as well, so it's like, you know what, just, we got what we got now, let's just enjoy it, and we'll try to work around what we mess up, because it's going to happen. I like that. Okay, so... That's... This is as simple as that, you know? Oh, no. Oh, these are mergers. Yeah. They gotta go... You're a noob. They're I'm just, like, realizing, yeah, they're mergers, not splitters. What the... I got the smart splitter, sorry. There we go. That's the one thing. You do something wrong, it's easy to usually tell in this game, but at the same time, it's like, so it kind of basically says you're an idiot, you know? You can't do anything, you know, until you fix your mistake. So it's kind of not as punishing as some games where it'll just let you do whatever, but then you'll be wondering why everything's going backwards or inside out or something crazy, you know? Okay, so that should work, and I just realized I screwed up on this completely. I just put screw... Yeah, why am I using that? Oh my goodness. And here I had a speech of, oh, you know, it's good I didn't do this and that and this and that. And here I just set this up whole wrongly. I don't know why I was thinking it was the raw one for some reason, but okay. So, it's this one, I believe. We'll have to just climb up just to double check here. Yeah, okay. There you go. So you want those. Actually, that's a good way of actually telling. Put your thing on here, and it'll tell you which resource it is when you break it up. So, there you go. That works. Okay, so yeah, we're going to put it there. Sorry, guys. Apparently, this part is not my day of doing it right. Okay. So it was the second one here. There you go. That looks nicer. Okay, and screws. There you go. And there we have it. Steel screws, my friends. So, might as well store these because, like, sometimes I do need, you know, a buttload of these just for some crafting recipe, whatever. So, like, you know, buffering these are still something, you know, I prefer to do always. I try to make a buffer of everything, as you noticed. I know some people would say, oh, you don't need to do that or whatever, but it is my way, and I do prefer it that way just because it's always nice that, hey, I can just go easily grab it. I've seen people actually have, like, really cool systems where they have, like, a dedicated, like, pretty much storage system where they buffer everything, so I think that's pretty damn cool, but I think we'll just go with what we have for now. Okay, so now I have to figure out if I can bring it height-wise even up to this point. So you're not going to like it there. You like it around there. Okay, so you don't like it there, but that's okay. So we need to bring... There you go. It's like lagging for a second. It's like, hey, you can come back and not lag, please. Now, if you want to, I'll probably keep that there, but we can always remove this frame as well, so. Now, it had to go too high, so that actually might not work now I think about it. Yeah, because we did something unique here. Oh, and this is not even being stored yet. Oh, my goodness. I told you it's one of those days. We're on a roll, but at the same time, we're on a bad roll. There we go. Okay, so I need to go ahead and put this in the container, obviously, because that's the idea. And by the way, that's wrong too, so I'm going to have to fix that. I just realized that. So here we go. And then this has to be removed. And as far as I know, these can't be joined, so you're going to have to remove these. And then we're going to go logistics again, and then we're going to do merger. And then we're going to flip this the right way. There we go. There you go. That should work. And then we're going to put you guys over here. And there we have it. I love that. Okay. So there's our screws. Hopefully these don't screw too much around. Okay, so that is done. And now, yeah, we want to bring this over here, which I guess at this point you probably can just do it from here now because it's so damn close. And do the top one. So you get the, there you go. And then you go from the top up here. And there we have it, my friends. And we just ran out of we just ran out of the steel ones here. So thankfully this is slowly growing so we can steal some of these guys. Look at that, day is hitting. Okay, buddy, get your ass up there. There we go. And then you go from here. You from here. I love it. Okay. And then it actually needs to be. Now let's see if it'll work up all the way here or if is this gonna derp up. I'm more curious about that after that incident. Let's see if it lets me do it now or not. I have no clue. That's one of those things that I just cannot explain it. The outer limits, please stand by. Okay, so we're going to put you for the screws over here. And there you go. And here we go, my friends. Look at that. Those screws are 200 screws per minute. So, I mean, with what we got, we can run 2 of these machines at once. Yay. But yeah, I think with a machine like this, honestly, this is where I'd overclock it, eat a lot of power, but I feel like just the size of it, I wouldn't even want to run 2 of them. But hey, that's not bad. Let's make it into 200, so 4 a minute. Now remember, though, that belt can do 480, so that's going to be too much probably. Let's see what it says for screws. You got to adjust it, right? Fine tune it. I bet you that's using a lot of power. This is like one of the heavier machines, 238.3. Yeah, 500 screws. I think at that point, if screws are really my bottleneck, go for it. And I'll just leave it there. That is beautiful, my friends. So that was a hell of a victory. I enjoyed that. We did really, really, really well there. And obviously this is going to eat a lot of... I think once again, I'm an idiot. Had that backwards. But yeah, so once again, this is going to probably eat a lot of power. This is going to put some stresses on my steel. So I'm going to have to work on that as time goes on because my poor steel is just going to be battered to hell, obviously, because it's a very steel-intensive product, basically. But yeah, it's working. I'm liking this. This is great. So this is our steel chain production all the way over here. Isn't that awesome? That's just like it's pretty damn cool. Okay, so Tough Love is coming to wires. These wires here. I think at this point I would even consider like a secondary bus, like another bus running over here. But our issue is these wires are not keeping up. They're not doing enough. And I had a plan somewhere else actually for this. I think I was actually working on it, to be honest. I think I even have coal. Or I think I had copper ore as my next one I was working on. Yeah, no, I think I could be wrong. Maybe I didn't look into doing it yet. Unless it's this one. Oh, you know what? I think it is this one. I was thinking of doing the one at the power plant here, I think. Yeah, because I have a chest sitting here. So, yeah, this is the one I was thinking of doing. So, I was starting to work and scale on this. This is going to be the new cabling, and I can move this or remove it, whatever. So I was already looking at what we can do with it, and that's 240 per minute. So just looking at the calculation on the things, they do, what, 30? So 240 divided by 30. So that was 8. And I was thinking, okay, if I overclock this, I can double that, right? Well, I'm going to double that to 480. And what was the speed of those belts again? I might double check. Yeah, 480. Yeah, so that was the idea. Bring this to 480. Oh, it says 480 here too. And that way, we need 16 smelters. Yep. This was my next overkill for the wires, but I think it's like we're getting to that part where overkill is not overkill anymore. I think that's a mild, it's like, oh, amateurish, So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There you go. I love this game so much. Okay, so, and then obviously we got to do splitters for everything, and so we got to make sure we set up our, our chain for splitters, and you're going to have to make sure you change this right for the first one, and then you're going to change it all, from down here. So, of course, the splitter now comes from this way, right? And so that's the idea. We're just going to go like that and split. Now, keep an eye on those two lines, because when you move, you're probably not exactly, you're not exactly at the same point, and so I'm probably Like, I'm even trying to correct it now, but I've had it where they've changed accidentally. As long as you pay attention to those two turquoise, aqua, whatever colored lines, you should be fine. There you go. And then, yeah. And then the best part is this is the right speed for these belts too, right? So this would be, I would say it probably won't be 100% efficiency because I don't know how much they trust the programming. I feel like there's probably some sort of loss and stuff like that, accuracy somehow. Maybe not. Maybe there is none in this game. Maybe it's all like, you know, perfectly calculated the way they do it. I can't tell you for sure. I know like a game like Factorial, which, you know, I gave a lot of credit to those devs for probably, oh, you got to be kidding me. Every single one of these are, we got to put every single one of these back on. Did I miss one? No, I guess. Well, did it say 15 or 16? I might have been one short. That's even worse. Okay, yeah, I got that wrong, my friend. So let's redo that again. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and I screwed up here. And I miscounted too now, so let me recount this in my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I think. 13, 14, 15. Okay, we got 16. Yeah, when I did this, I swear it said 15 only, so I was like, uh-oh. This is a good way to do a count of something too, right? You can just do that. And it says 17 because I probably actually grabbed something else that I wasn't supposed to, but try it again. Yeah, 16, so. Okay, that should. Round 4. It is something I messed up a lot. I mean, in Factorial, it was probably one of my favorite features is rotating a building. Obviously in this game, I guess they could add a rotation feature. It could be used to kind of break or cheat something too, but maybe not. I mean, they do double check to make sure your placements are right every time anyway, so when you're rotating, it could just say, well, it can't be rotated at all or whatever, or kind of give you like the ability, like almost like you're replacing it down again, but rather, you know, maybe it's a move feature. So like you kind of like, you know, you're like not removing it, but you're replacing it kind of all in one action, and it just, you know, copies everything, and it's just kind of the same, you know what I mean? But there you go. So that that's ridiculous. I love it. Okay, so I gotta get one of these put in every so often anyways. I guess the nice thing about these is you don't need them that often, because there you go. Make sure you power this thing up. There you go. Oh my god, I'm a little over crazy on that. I was like, I want to power it all. So just make sure they're all, I think they're all done. I don't see anything. Okay, and we'll hook this one up. And then we want to power these up. I guess I can bring it over here. This power plant I know eventually is going to go, so. Yeah, down the road it's eventually going to go. Sorry. Spoilers. Oh, I guess I never actually hooked this up to this one. Oh, you son of a... I didn't get one of them. There you go. Just looking for their smoke animations on them. Yep, they're all good. Here they go. So now keep in mind they're splitters, and they're... The way their splitters are done, it's not going to evenly split all the way to the end, right? So what has to happen is these honestly have to fill up. So once these fill up, then you're golden, right? So even doing what we're doing here, I mean, it's like, oh, this will work. But the thing is, as we start turning these on, then they'll start filling up down there. But what you could do is, at least if you want to try to make it even to start out with, do it backwards instead. So if we do it backwards, then it's filling these end ones first down, and maybe they'll have a bit more balance, you know, for a bit. But more than likely, it's still going to act up a bit because it needs to fill up their inventory first before they can move on. So you'll have it won't be 100% efficient right away. So I guess if you I was just thinking, if you had like a million splitters and you kind of worked on a tree kind of outwards, you could probably make it really accurate, like really even for splitting. But yeah, that ain't happening. I'd have to build this all like halfway through the map. So there you go. So you're probably going to start noticing yellow coming up in the end here in a minute, probably. They might have actually filled up quite decently, though, amount of copper in there. I got a bit of copper in there, yeah. But yeah, you'll start seeing the yellow hitting on the end here in a minute. And then you'll know, oh no, you know, because like if you watch the belt, there's no copper making it. Oh, there goes the yellow on the ends there. There they go. And like I said, that'll fix itself over time because it has to fill up and work its way all the way there, and then boom, it'll be good. Okay, so that is our crazy smelting. This is probably using quite a bit of power now. I mean, the overclocking of this probably uses 36. Actually, it's not horrible. Okay, so now what we want to do is, oh boy. This is a nightmare. So we want to do the same idea out here and then bring it all the way over there. I'm thinking this is annoying. I want to get rid of this, I think. I'll figure out what I'm going to do with this concrete later, but for now I think it's time to retire it from service. I'm trying to hold control here, but it's like, no, you can't do that. I guess the hitbox on that's really big. That's fine for now. We don't need a... Okay, so, yeah, I guess now we do mergers. I'm thinking how I want to do this. It doesn't really matter too much, honestly, but yeah, okay, let's do the mergers anyways. So we'll do a merger here. So you want to, actually depends on which way you're going to do it. I'm probably going to do it like out to the front here. This is kind of how I do it. So I'll do this. I'm going to have a buffer anyways. Do I really need a buffer? No. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do it this way. Or are we going to just go directly into the... You know, I'm doing this all for the copper wiring, but I'm thinking maybe I should use it for other things as well, because I doubt I need one dedicated copper wire like this forever. So, yeah, I think I'd be doing it wrong if I did it all in that, because this is just too godly to you waste for one product. So, yeah, we'll do all the mergers here and put it into a container. Okay, so conveyor merger. Do I want to bring the container? I'll bring it out, like always, to the front here. Okay, so we'll do something like this. And then what we'll do is I'll spin this. Yeah, there you go. So just make sure we got those two linked up ones every time. There you go. I just wanted to move. Sometimes I feel like I'm moving off too much, so it's like, I don't want to screw it up. That was whatever, shameful. There you go. I'm trying to be a little more... You know, you could do this too, because because they're directional base, you don't have to, you know, you can do whatever in that sense, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Oops. Are we there yet? That is awesome. Okay. I don't even know if if I missed anything, because it was just like, damn, you know. I just want to make sure I got them all. Oh, I didn't. That's why I wanted to make sure. Oh, I skipped a couple times. Okay. And are all the ones in the middle done here? I think so. Yeah. Okay, my friends. That looks good. Okay, just double check from over in this angle. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and put all that now into a big storage thing here. And let's get it the right way for the first time. There you go. And there we have it. So this will obviously buffer our copper, which then we can use to make things like the wire. But anyways, I think I'll do the wire, and I might even do the copper sheets. We'll see. I'll do those off camera. I mean, we've done all this many times. It was kind of more like showing you like me building the beginning infrastructure of this. And the crazy thing is, this is all from one, you know, node. Like, it's crazy, but that's the cool part about this game is just like you can really pump out a lot of stuff from one node. It's like, you know, sadly, you know, it's like, oh, I can't wait because you're going to have to go around the entire world and grab every node because, you know, you're going to run out of resources, and you really don't at all. But at the same time, it's like, but I want to, you know. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and we will see wonderful people next time. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.